entire time, Vladden's being baited in.
Yeah, it's a good set piece here for iNation, but I don't think Eyeballers fall into the trap, understanding that that's a problem. And, well, it's shut up. The book closed towards A and open towards B.
Flashbang protocol. Choi surely gets cleared, and he does. And I like this from Kindo. He's just in the smoke. He can try and cut off the execute the knees, but no, spammed out. Eyeballers too aware.
Really nicely done. 40 seconds left. I know Dragon, he'll be hunting for blood here in this round. Goes for the spam, knows that there's a couple facing from long, and Depression's dropped the bomb. And now the orb reallocated back towards short. Vladden's flank starts to become a reality. And Eyeballers need to get it checked out and fast. It's just Sapek left, 1 versus 2. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, but manages to isolate the first fight. And now we'll go to stick the plant. Depression. Oh, the flick is sublime. And Depression finds 4 in the round. And iNation make it a third, but it is nearly the most expensive of them all. It's only the orb kept in this round.
And what a round it was. Think about how dynamic Depression has been. Gets the opening kill in towards Donut, then relocates. And if I'm being honest, gets given a lot of those kills for free, but it's his position that allows it. You see it on the replay in. It's Donut, then it's long, then it's short, and he just holds the ground. Really impressive stuff. Takes the contact after Dragon swings initially. And Sapek, whilst he does adjust on towards the Vladden flank, not ready for the wall bang to come out from Depression.
That was a sick flick, though, from the big man. Orb
Sweet.
Continued into the next round, of course, for Dragon. Understanding that the money isn't going to be in a great place for Eyeballers, and considering, obviously, when they got the bomb plant in round 3 and lost, they went for the eco rather than the full buy. I think they knew they were going to go for a bit of a lighter investment. Smoke goes deep, so Pepzor, I think they knew they were going to go for a bit of a lighter investment. Smoke goes deep, so Pepzor, I think they knew they were going to go for a bit of a lighter investment. Smoke goes deep, so Pepzor, I think they knew they were going to go for a bit of a lighter investment. Smoke goes deep, so Pepzor, I think they knew they were going to go for a bit of a lighter investment. Smoke goes deep, so Pepzor, I think they knew they were going to go for a bit of a lighter investment. Smoke goes deep, so
because you could see the routing from Dragon, the way that he paused in towards mid initially, before he then swung the corner. He actually waited for the M4 to take the first little bit of contact. Knows where the players will stand. It's trying to bait them into a little bit of a peak. That one doesn't work out at B, but again, there's a gap here in middle. Shine starts to activate as well as Sapek, and he can't give these Deagles opportunities because they will take him right back.
Flash catching Depression a little bit. To move a little bit further forward. It's another shot for the MP9. Double. Orb scooped up. Eyeballers take a third. And it's a scrappy game of CS to begin with because iNation just can't keep consistency throughout.
That's just as we're praising the discipline of both of these teams, iNation go on walkies. Both of them just completely isolated, and Flash's Deagle does the rest. That is fantastic. From the most, well, one of, you've got Group JW in there, one of the most experienced players on the Eyeballers roster. My oh my. And of course, a tactical pause now being called in. Need 30 seconds to evaluate this. Do you want to eco? You know the money's a little bit worse for wear on this Eyeballers side, but you don't want to limit your options going forward.
Pretty steep half bite. Other people have ecoed. I think Vladden, his task is to save up for the AWP for everyone else. Just give yourself a little bit to work with, but again, no real wiggle room that you get on the CT side after the double eco scenario. And so for them, I think they try and apply for the best of both worlds, right? Like some people go for a little bit of a deeper buy, knowing that they're going to be a bit shallower in the next investment. and others have prioritized just taking a hard double eco, such as your Vladens and Depressions, just so you can get all of the extra trimmings when it comes to your investment.
Keep your eye on Flusher, because he's actually gained so much control in towards mid without any resistance. He's actually going to fall back. He's a little bit scared. He's thinking, why on earth is no one here? Going to hold for a push out towards the A main extremity. Pepsor was covering Donut, but now just falls away. And Eyeballers, they're going to commit in towards B. And this is the right decision, because there's only one player here.
Nate, pretty well placed. Sapek, taught a lesson. Small one, to be fair, and a very big puzzle, as it's only round 7 at 3-all. Flusher, he's baited out by the Deagle, and I'm loving this from Vlad. And all he's doing here is buying time, because now, look at the other pieces on the minimap. They know they've given up B, but there's just 4 players in front of him. And so there's a rifle given up, and that's an opportunity to save a gun into the next.
Yeah, JW shouldn't be losing his life here. Pepsor's now trying to take inroads in towards CT. The pressure with the USP, I don't think, honestly, yeah, he can find anything. Maybe Pepsor, because he's quite low. Oh, Shinies as well now. So what's the Deagle?
Oh, my words.
There's another one. But no, Pepsor deals with it. Probably going to die to the bomb, though. Incredius here on Ancient. Pepsor certainly dead. And Sapek too. That's good damage.
4-3. Eyeballers ahead, but as you say, more drawbacks to the T-side economy. Their money in a horrific place. 4-3. Eyeballers ahead, but as you say, more drawbacks to the T-side economy. Their money, in a horrific... Maybe Sapek, maybe Flusher. The only arguments that you can make for having money. Pepsor and Shine have invested every dollar they have into this round. Not to mention, iNation taking an eco of their own, so as much as Eyeballers don't have much money, this is a real good chance for them to start building it back up.
Yeah, they really want to prioritize this AWP. Scoping would have been heard as well by Vladen. And he's the only weapon. And he's actually found 2. That's fantastic. Now he can fall away. Call in reinforcements. Dragon's now getting close with the Deagle.
Oh my god, Vladen finds a second as well. 3 in the round. Dragon's Deagle fires for another. Oh my god, Vladen finds a second. 1v5. Mate, there's no normality to this game. It's another eco, it's another light buy, whatever you want to call it. Categorically speaking, nobody can find comfort full buy against pistols.
But that's your pop-off effect. That's what Vladen can provide. 2 kills on the boost, and then the fallback plan. Dragon actually just wants to go swing in to take all the attention, and Vladen even finds a 3rd. Sapek will find Choi. But it's still a massive way back into the round just yet. Bomb drop, 40 seconds. Although you are going 10-3, you have arrived on the server. You get bested by the AWP. And suddenly, all the USPs, all the 5.7s upgrade into AK-47s, and the premium of having an AWP, the power behind the pressure not investing at all, it's phenomenal for the CT side.
Yeah, and now look at the money, right? I was saying for Eyeballers, this could be a bank builder. Instead, this is a deal breaker, right? Like, you look at the Eyeballers economy. Sapek's gone for like a hero AK. Shine's gone Deagle half armor. JW's nearly got 8 grand, but decided to eco. Nope, never mind, he'll bring out an AWP. It's just a very late buy. Yet again, Eyeballers leaving out of the spawn. Sapek's taken 30 points of health, and iNation all over the map.
This is wild. What a wild game of Counter-Strike. And the thing is, it'll be broken by 2 rounds in a row. Look at this push coming in. Deep smoke in. iNation, they've got all of the space out B. They've actually retreated. They've given over all of the control. And that's going to burn valuable seconds off the clock for the Eyeballers, because they're going to have to reacquaint themselves with B ramp and shelf. And another re-smoke is dropped in.
Flusher's Deagle sits comfortably behind the molly. Vladen, yeah, I was going to say, you can't afford to overstep. Deagle's taught you one too many lessons in the past. Vladen, start of this round yet again, very, very slow.
Oh.
That smoke Massive gap in it, and the only way that eyeballers are going to find out is when they face into it.
They know about it now. Gonna creep up the ramp, JW. But it's gonna be the molly. It's gonna funnel them into Choi, and he doubles up with 2, but JW finds more. How does this keep happening? 2 versus 3, and iNation with the prospect of a retake.
I don't believe it, man. What the hell is this game of Counter-Strike? I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. JW's AWP does get baited by Vlad and starts to take shape here with the AK, tapping away. 3v2. Guys, you've got to call it quits, because the Deagle fires for another. Dragon drops the AWP, but it'll get picked up by Flusher. And the upgrades there. Eyeballers finding another. Oh, give us some normality, finally. Finally, I get a moment to breathe. Brandon, look at the top middle of our screens. No more than 2 rounds in a row have been won by either side, and we're 9 rounds in.
It's great. I love it. This is Counter-Strike at its finest. Because again, you're in these interesting situations where actually Vladin could probably drop over. If he's got an A1S, he could drop to Choi, and they can all buy. Depression could get an AWP. But you're right, you need some sense of normality. Whether it's for eyeballers, whether it's for iNation, someone needs to take the reins. He's actually not going to drop him. He's going to prioritize utility instead. So Choi is just going to be on a Deagle. We are in for a wild ride here, Ryan.
Yeah.
Strap yourself in.
What a crazy
Oh, they're
game.
stuck on each other.
No, that gets Dragon killed. Vladden wanted to go forward. Dragon wanted to go backwards. They have their moment in the smoke, but it might just be their last as Sapek fighting Depression. Down to 3 already. iNation, the force buy. Force in their hand as JW's AWP collects another. Deagle and an M4 against 4. What has just happened? iNation. I don't believe it, man. I really don't believe it.
Shine's even holding for this push now. Oh, it's so dangerous. Shine gonna get it. Some semblance of normality has been resumed on Ancient. It's JW again chiming in. In fact, it's everyone for eyeballers. And Kindo, you expect him to save. He's not looking to go for this whatsoever. There's no money to hunt him. So they shouldn't be. But who knows? In a game as crazy as this, they just might.
球王贝利的故事。
4v1,
现在我有
this
更
round's
远
done.
大的
Eyeballers
梦
will
想
take a
了，
6.
所以我就更自觉了。
Do I get to breathe?
好的，继续加油。
Is that an option?
Yeah, you're fine. I mean, Kindo's going to get found here because look at the positions. The flashbangs, they just seem to know.
I mean, they've boxed him in, right? Because everyone's checked everywhere else. Like, you had a player pushing through B, double through middle, 1 through A. Like, there's no way Kindo gets away with his life. The only way he does if they don't check this corner and then he just plays discipline or sits in the smoke, finds one, trades. Sapek will drop him just to make sure there's no M4. There's no wow factor to the iNation eco in the next. It's just 5 USPs. You're going to have to deal with the consequences.
And that means that a buffer can start to be established for eyeballers as well. Nice discipline from Shine, making sure that he doesn't get overwhelmed. That round can't then again spiral out of control. There's some weird shenanigans. No, everything goes by the book. Even the hunt at the end. Fast, play down B. And they know. Although, 2 kills
Okay.
have come in.
All right, then. All right, then. Vlad on 1v2. Wouldn't put it past him. Starts to
I mean,
retreat.
you might as well.
Do you give it a go? Surely you do, right?
Yeah.
Let's have a little look
You
at
have to.
these.
No kit, but JW is so far away. Might be looking just to save, although... Oh, no way. That looked dead on.
Yeah. That could have been. There we have it. It will be eventually a 7th on the board for Eyeballers, starting to pull ahead a little bit more. Crazy game of CS so far. I've been enjoying it. But there we are. It will be another on the board. 7-4. iNation. Full buy ahead of them though.
The thing is, this is classic Eyeballers, and this is also classic iNation. So when these worlds are colliding, you never know what you're going to get. And I said high IQ CS. I couldn't have been, well, right and wrong at the same time.
I'm with you.
Because there are some brilliant stuff going on. But at the same time, there's absolute chaos. Look at this, faster play. And Pepsaw, oh dear.
No, you are right. It's been a wacky game of Counter-Strike, man. Don't know what way things are going to go. Start of this round is an iNation advantage. Nicely done. Sapek trades out, but Depression earns it right back with the AWP. His second in the round, putting Eyeballers down to 3. Well, he goes towards top mid. Vlada needs to call to Dragon. Yeah, I was going to say, there are plenty of mollies coming my way. Smoke goes on top of it, and they might just be a bit preoccupied by the man to the left. And, well, that's a good start. Nade goes in as well. It's just a well-played bait and switch. JW against 4.
But he has found the gap. And he's now in towards the spawn. Issue is that the bomb is really far removed from him. He's going to go all the way back round and try and clear out the bomb site first. Dragon's actually pushed all the way through in towards mid. So now the time is ticking out for JW. I think he's just going to try and scope out far back so he's not heard. And now he's going to creep and crawl forward. Because there's a world here that he can find Vladen and get the bomb.
JW. Not given a chance though, Brandon. That'll be that. 7-5, only down by a couple. Game is still very much on. What an enjoyable first few rounds we've had. Only 12 rounds of Counter-Strike played.
Yeah,
5-7. Crazy, man. I don't think there's much of a descriptor as to how you'd explain this game to someone that isn't watching in the moment.
No, that's so true. That's so true. How do you explain this? Oh, guys, see here. The thing is, Eyeballers have won some rounds. iNation have won some rounds. Finally, iNation break the streak of Eyeballers 3 in a row. That's the most we've seen in succession in this first half so far, which is a crazy stat line within itself. Another forced purchase. It's not a force, but it kind of is, because you got the Mac 10.
Yeah.
And the Deagle.
At least it's something, but
exactly.
It's not great here for Eyeballers, is it? Like, realistically, they wanted something a little bit better.
Exactly.
It's not great here for Eyeballers, is it? Like, realistically, they wanted something a little bit better.
Exactly.
You know, if you lose this,
It's not great here for Eyeballers, is it? Like, realistically, they wanted something a little bit better.
Exactly.
You know, if you lose this,
It's not great here for Eyeballers.
Believing that I am, maybe that they could win the rest. But here we are, presence towards B. It's going to be quite the fast play as well. Depression forced back. Kindo, the blind man, he will find one, and he's the all-seeing light here in the second, as Depression will find the third. Flusher does trade out, but it's another 2vx scenario, but it's the two experienced men, the old-timers for Eyeballers, Flusher and JW, gonna have to work in cohesion. It's a really messy spam. JW does find the first, but he's gonna have to do it all solo now, as it takes too long, and Flusher ratted out, and the CT side, they'll find 6.
What a messy spraying cave. iNation doubling that with a multi-kill. That one was always going to be a bit faster placed. You see the way that JW was lining up the mollies, lining up the flashbangs.
Yeah.
6 rounds on the CT side. iNation have given themselves a foundation, and so too have the Eyeballers. This should be 7 apiece.
How dare you say should, Brandon, in a game like this?
That's why I said should. It's operative.
Isn't the word could? I don't know, mate.
No, they should win against the Eco, but they could lose. There you go, there's both of them.
True. Not going to happen
The
here,
outcome, yeah, the outcomes are a lot more predictable.
And there we go. 7-all. All to play for. Last round of the first half. Everything to do. One team can take the lead, and that's what the last round's here to decide. What an entertaining first half of CS. I don't even know what to believe, you know? Is it going to be a T-sided game now for iNation? Like, well, what am I meant to believe? There's been no normality. Last round feels like the first gun versus gun buy round we've seen.
Double AWP as well. Dragons brought that one out. I don't think you predict. I just think you sit back, relax, and enjoy. Vladden dropping his protocols. It's a fake play. Eyeballer's not interested in committing. They want to reset mid. They want to take some ground. Dragon welcomes Pepsor into his opening arms, and JW on the instant reply, but there's the second AWP. Found out in towards mid. Shyman in for 2 kills, 4 versus 3 in favor of the CT side.
.58 seconds, 3v4 advantage again. Falls in favor of iNation. Can't allow this one to slip away now, can they? The Swedes starting to move back on in. Flash up, flashbang goes over, goes for a little bit of a wall bang. Kindo takes a fair bit of damage to it, and that'll allow Shy to find the entry. 3 versus 3, Choiv waits, depression, AWP, focused. Long. Gotta be careful, man, up short dropped. Looking for a second depression, needs to do more than just the one. He's already found 2 in the round already. Could double that to win them the half, but no, Vladden will now have to be the man to step in his place and fills the shadow, fills the boots quite quickly. And now the question mark cast back over, where is Flusher? The man planted the bomb. He hasn't moved an inch off of it just yet. Now he'll start to make his way around, and oh, Flusher has played this one to perfection, and he does catch Vladden out. 8-7 Eyeballers at the turn of the half, 1 in front.
But only 1. What a really well-constructed clutch by Flusher as well. The fact that he spots out no one at short, and his brain is like, well, he has to be long. That's where the trade came from. Let's creep our way forward. Let's just sit here and then swing on an unprompted, unexpected timing. It does work out. Please stop.
Do you not like the noises?
No. The ones on my head are enough. Eyeballers. Now we'll be on the CT side. Shine going for some spam in towards middle. And Flush is getting aggressive out A.
Flush up, Julies! Yes, does find the first. Nicely done. 4 versus 5. iNation, I mean, they have been given the site, but they paid a price for it. Have to fight for the man down. Even more tag damage done as Flusher flies away for half health. Depression has to retreat. Smoke starts to fade. JW sits in it, and he will find Kindo. Now down to 3. USP spam it away. JW finds another. 2v5, make it 1. Make it none. Vladden will only have the 1 kill to show for it. At least a bomb plant, Brandon. But Eyeballers up to a 9.
Yeah, fantastic from Eyeballers. The way that they play that. iNation, they're not disjointed, but they're playing on the front foot. They are taking some really aggressive angles to try and get some kills back because the numbers are dwindling, and JW just really capitalizes upon it. Multi-kill. Sets the Eyeballers up for success. And once again, it's always the Eyeballers that have the buffer. iNation, it seems that they're always fighting back from the deficit. Another force fight. Of course it is. Another opportunity for iNation to try and plug the gap.
Nine 7. As you say, Eyeballers the step ahead. iNation, of course, you get a bomb plant naturally. Your reaction is to reinvest. Smoke deployed. Flusher got to be careful because the fight is being taken. Nade pretty well placed, a little bit of damage. And I'll tell you what, somehow survives for an eternity and a lot of damage done with it. But it is iNation that walk away with a 5v4.
The pressure's locked in, though. Over by Brokey. How do you get the bomb out? Well, it has to be a couple of flashes, but they don't affect JW at all. But fortunately, he can kind of plant safe. Just kidding. Shine's got the lineups.
Flash over the top, JW. Sapek found one more. Bomb dropped a second frag. JW with the third. And Sapek, a moment of excellence, puts iNation's chances at an 8th to rest as it's Kindo against 4. And while he has found the first, and sure, there's a couple of low HP players for Eyeball. There's 25 seconds to get rid of the entirety of this site hold is going to be incredibly difficult. Finds one more, but one is enough on Pepzor's watch. 10-7.
Yeah, good discipline from Pepzor. Immediately swings as JW is found out. So there's no opportunity for, firstly, a reposition, and secondly, a crosshair adjustment that fast. No bomb plant. And obviously a force buy into the last. It's going to have to be a save out of iNation. And for the Eyeballers, they can make this 4 rounds in a row. A new record, perhaps, on Ancient.
Could be just.
Did you know,
Go on.
as well,
Yeah.
4 years ago today, Vertigo was added to the map pool.
4 years ago today.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Hopefully it's in for another 40 years because it's a banging map. Don't at me. One of the best in the map pool. And if you're a hater of it, you're wrong. Oh, that's lovely. Heckin' JW, man. Pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not bad. I'm pretty sure it was today. Or it was yesterday. One of the two. Either way,
All
4
right.
years. Happy birthday. 30 go.
Oh, there you go. JW finding his third. Looking for more. Tapping away, re-smoked. And that'll be the round over. Eyeballers should be finding 11.
And iNation's T side so far has fallen really flat. Although, there's one kill in. Vladden can't find anything else. And JW is the one. Music kit blaring in my ears.
Yeah, I was going to say in ours, but maybe not so much in the people at home. He's got the Denzel Curry one, right?
Yeah.
Same one as me. Good taste, that's all I'm saying. It's a banger. I also have the Knock 2 Dash Star one. That's also a banger. Which is worth like 20 quid on Steam, by the way. Crazy.
Look at this. Immediate investment means fast change of pace out of iNation. They are running for the hills, and they've got A, or do they? Because again, another spam lineup for the Eyeballers comes through. It's Flusher this time, and he drops Kindo. Choi pushing forward, deals with one, and Depression's there to back him up. It's looking a little bit more comprehensive from the Eyeballers side. Just, I don't even mean iNation because I'm getting so flustered because all these kills are coming through in a matter of moments. It's just Pepzor left. The flashbang bonks him on the head and he has to retreat.
And what do? A save feels sensible, but don't really want to give it up. Does find the first 3 more. Does just feel impossible. And there we have it. Really nicely done. Vladden closes it up. It's 8 on the board for iNation.
Oh, Sapek doesn't have any money. Neither does JW. Even though these rounds have been not very close, still no money. Been dropping. And they are feeling repercussions. It's going to be full USPs. 1 Deagle and a P250 for the Eyeballers. iNation looks set to make this 9.
Commit straight towards middle. iNation, a lot of control. And as you said, with the guns spread very thin across the CT side, any damage here will be good. Vladen down to 18 points of health, but the big man, the El Clasico, 5v4 straight in towards middle, and Dragon opens things up and takes down W. Choi presses the spacebar. We'll find one, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Kindo finds a second. All is good.
You a spacebar jumper or you're a scroll wheel man?
I am a spacebar only jumper. No bind on the scroll wheel. It's just not for me, mate. Just not for me.
Nicely done by Dragon. Yeah, I got a fact that will offend people. I've been level 10 on the old Face It.
Oh, yeah.
And
here he goes.
I still scroll wheel my nades.
You are a horrible man.
I've got the nade bind. I've got nade binds on my keyboard. I just don't use them.
I hope someone send him something. Just convert him to a... You need to sort that out, mate, because that is poor.
Enjoy.
What, so you press, like, if you want to get to a flashbang, which is in the third slot, you press 4 3 times, or you, like, mouse wheel down 3 times?
We'll get back to it in a minute. Because this fight is important. Dragon wins it out on JW. But in towards Shelf, Sapeg re-establishes control. And Vladen also gets caught out just on the top tips of the smoke. Fantastic stuff from Sapeg, having a blinder of a game. 4 versus 3.
Choiv, nicely done. Shine gonna get dropped. 3v3. Advantage now for iNation, starting to take some control of the site bomb plant. I was gonna say there is a man in cave, but I don't think he'll be here to deny. 3 versus 2. Flashbang goes deep. Pepsor swings. Pepsor! A double! Depression now the last. Up against 2. Trapped in ramp. Flusher. You would not believe that timing. And there is a chance that the big green can clutch up. Problem is, there's a man flanking him. Flusher. Oh, you just know the knife is drawn. The knife! Of course, Flusher. The man that just loves the disrespectful play. The Autotronic just finds its way in his back. And it's 12 on the board for the Swedes. Eyeballers now continue their control.
And Pepsor is just in the perfect position to shut that one down. But it's all on Sapek. The fact he gets that much space, finds the multi-kill. iNation do a good job after being forced into that B play. But the flashbang through, they never expect the corner. And it really is a stab to the heart and a stab in the back for iNation. 12 rounds, plays 9.
$12-9. 4 away. A success story looming maybe now for the Eyeballers. Depression. Early tag. It's not pretty.
Flick.
Really nicely done. Yeah, not quite the kill. Oh, wow. And JW opens the scoring in round 22.
The disrespect out of JW to re-peak that as well. He's just that much faster. A Dragon even is tagged by Shine. Double swing in. Good counter incendiary from Flusher. Really like that. Was the flash. Then with the flames, it means that they go into the setup. Not ready for Shine or Pepsor. That's really well crafted by the Eyeballers. Fantastic design. All orchestrated by the utility put down in Donut. And they walk straight into the bait and switch.
Fair play. Really nicely done, Vladen. 1v5. I mean, considering the scoreline, it's going to be very difficult to reason to try and invest the AWP into going for this round. Still got time to spare, but Pepsor will make sure that that will not be the case, and there will be no big green for the iNation side. 13-9. Eyeballers CT side starting to show what's up, and maybe, Brandon, maybe I should never have changed my OG prediction, right? I said Eyeballers 2-0, then I wasn't happy with how the veto went. Clearly, the Swedes have done their homework.
Yeah, clearly have. It's been a scrappy game of Counter-Strike, which I feel like is always going to favor the eyeballers as well. They love chaotic rounds. Tech9's full blind spam. It is phenomenal from Shine. And even the nade on top, the trickle-down effect of damage. And the incendiary halts their progress even further. This is looking like a staple eyeballers 14th. And JW can even take the contact to allow Flusher's position to remain. All hinges on a little bit of timing. Not found. But that's where Flusher, can't find anything. It has to be Shine. It needs to be in at will. 3 kills. Make it a 4th. Shine the pillar. It's the ace for him. And for eyeballers, they will find 14.
That is sick. iNation, one last chance, gents. There's going to be no warp. Cannot afford one. Cannot afford to even think about it. 14-9. Eyeballers 2 from victory. I mean, sure, it's their map pick, Brandon. First half scrappy. Second half,
phenomenal. Nothing
short of it. And this is it. iNation want to pick up the pace. They want to head elsewhere. They want to get the entries towards B thick and fast. Pepzor back of the site. Tries to get out into the smoke. There is a first kill. The 8K of Shine. Oh, it's glorious from Shine. It's wonderful on the hold. Brandon, the last man left, switches to the 8K, but the Tech9 will find the ace. And Shine, the steel wall, blocks iNation from B. And it's 15-9. And it's map point to the Swedes.
Shine's just got back-to-back aces in consecutive rounds. That's 10 kills for Shine. Unreal. And you're completely correct. Fantastic spray transfer. Even swaps to the Tech9, but swings with his teammates. Wants the final kill, of course, but doesn't get too greedy. And what a hold. And how this became 8-7 to potentially 16-9 is unfathomable. This time flashbangs rain on in. It's a faster B play for survival. This time it's a lot better for the iNation boys.
And Choive actually burning Pepzor down. Nade. Not terrible. Dragon taken down to 85. 3 versus 5 scenario for eyeballers, honestly. Save. If I'm being dead serious, you know, I don't think it's worth going for, especially with the money that they have. It's not great for some, it's amazing for others, but got to be a little more considerate for the team.
Nice little incendiary as well. Unfortunately, it's not quite as well timed. Flusher, he's got money, so actually no, he doesn't. He's just trying to do some damage on the way out, straight in towards Sapek. I don't agree with some of this, gents. Not the biggest fan of throwing everyone at that.
Yeah.
Although, look, you've got 10k on JW, 10k on Shine. Sapek can rebuy without problems. It makes sense to try and limit as much as iNation as possible. However, you have just given them some free upgrades.
Straight towards mid, Dragon tucked in behind the smoke. Shine deciding to retract any control he once had towards middle. Sapek playing with fire. Quite literally, as well as he drops his incendiary, he decides to back off. Just loitering, Brandon, I'm guessing. He's looking for any leads.
Dragon can be in such a powerful position here if he doesn't swing, if he doesn't make a move. Because JW spotting nothing out in towards middle. You imagine that Flusher doesn't overextend from Donut. And Dragon's actually going to start now. And JW fully capitalizes upon it.
Smokes go in. Pepzor going to be blocked off. Molotov as well, forcing him to join up with Sapek here to deny the cave control. iNation haven't exactly pressured off the back of this, but the worrying factor is, Brandon, right? They're a man disadvantage and they're walking into a triple stack. There's 3 players waiting. The first is there and it blocks off 2. Second man in cave doesn't find much. Bomb will get picked up, Vladen. Oh, he does not know how lucky he is. Bomb continues to get planted. JW expects the cave hole to be there. It is just Vladen 1 versus 3 to keep iNation alive. And I don't think either of us are going to see this one work out in favor for him. Hits by the molly. Flusher will close. And it will just be 16-10, Brandon, in the first map.
Yeah, really impressive. Look at how chaotic that first half was, but then control, normality ensued for the eyeballers. Really impressed with their fundamentals, the way that they conducted themselves, and Shine with back-to-back aces was phenomenal. It really helped them get over the line, and for iNation, now with it all to do on Inferno.
Really nicely done. Plenty more to go, of course, for iNation. Still their selection up next, Brandon. Question is, will they be able to close? That's what we're here to find out in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Map 2 up next.